Alright, welcome to Mammoth Cave National Park. We are going to go in and see what kind of trouble we can get into. I do know that at 10:30 we have a slot for the self-guided tour to the caves. So we have to go into the Welcome Center, and I believe it's 7 miles from the entrance. So you do have to drive a little bit into the park to get to the Welcome Center. But that's where you access the cave. So, and then this is how many national parks we've been to?
17th, I think.
This will be our 17th. Here we come.
Number 17. Whoop.
What?
What's up?
We are gonna go check out the caves
Yeah.
and see what other adventures we can get into.
It's a little bit of a cloudy day, but it's perfect.
That's right. We'll take
Feels
it.
great. Temperature's great.
We will take it. We have read online that the park. I'm sorry, the cave.
What's going on over there?
Nat. One fact about
One fact. Give me one fact.
about the caves that all year round it stays a whopping 54 degrees.
Super
Yeah,
cool.
let's go check out the caves.
Yeah. Coming in to the visitor center.
Very busy.
It's a big visitor center.
Yeah, it's very busy too.
Just gonna check things out in here. Coming in, got a park store. We'll go back there in just a minute. This is where you check in at, get your information.
No, if you purchase your tickets online, you don't have to come here. You just gotta be able to pull them up on your phone.
Oh, okay.
And go down to the Discovery Building, which is a 5-minute walk from here.
Okay.
And
That makes sense.
you go from there. You don't have to come in here if you bought online.
Let's check out in here. So here in the visitor center we have an exhibit. Floyd Collins was a legendary cave explorer in the earliest 20th century. He was remembered for grand discoveries and the tragedy that claimed his life. He's known for discovering the Great Crystal Cave and opening it to visitors. His relentless pursuit of new caves led him to Sand Cave, where he became trapped in 1925 and later died. Well, that's unfortunate. This is pretty cool. Some students have done this from different schools in the Kentucky area. Well, that's pretty awesome. Very cool. Wow, that's pretty neat. I like that one. This is from a middle school in California. This is from a high school student in Kentucky. This is from a middle school in California. It's pretty cool. It's all kind of a memorial to this Floyd Collins. All the different interpretations of his life experience. Pretty cool. This is from another student in middle school in California. Oh, I like this one, all the colors. This is from a student in high school in Kentucky. Very cool. Neat. Some more of the art. Oh, we got some bats down here. I really like this one. It's amazing. This is from a high schooler in Kentucky. Isn't that one great?
Yeah.
So good. So some of them from Oklahoma. This one's from Kentucky. There's some from California. It's fun.
So here is Women's History Month. Gonna honor the women park rangers. Super cool. How the uniforms have evolved over time. So that was the 1920s and 1930s. You got the 1930s, the 1940s uniforms. You got 1961, 1962 in the middle, 1978. It is, and then the more current uniforms are right here. I love that they're honoring Women's History Month in honor of the park rangers. Go women, women power. Love it. A woman, a cave, and a camera. In 1891, Mammoth Cave with a camera and a lantern and potentially explosive mixture. Wow. Scandalous. True to her character, Frances enjoyed a bohemian lifestyle while never transgressing in the boundaries of a proper Victorian lady. She expressed the same edginess, tempered with realism, integrity for the subject in her heart. You go, girl. Passageways of Mammoth Cave, the world's largest known cave system, covered hundreds of miles. They don't stretch in one straight line, but they intersect and run above and below each other like a big but shallow platter of spaghetti. And so here is a diagram or a figure of what the caves look like at Mammoth Cave. It's an actual model. 200 miles of caves. Alright, self-guided tour this way. It's a 5-minute walk. So coming out of the doors, you'll find the sign says follow the signs to the historic entrance, the self-guided tour. So we'll keep on walking. Historic entrance. Keep following the trail system. Going around.
Right, so once you enter, you're going to come down here around the visitor center. You're going to follow this path down to the cave. Here we go.
Mammoth Cave Hotel that way.
Oh, they have a restaurant here? The Green River Grill. Well, that's cool. And the Lantern Cafe.
The lodge at Mammoth Cave.
So check that out.
He was rolling in the grass.
Happy dog.
So just know that it is a steep
Yeah.
downgrade, and then coming up it's going to be a little more challenging. So it is 0.18 miles to the historic entrance.
Less than a quarter of a mile, but downhill for sure.
Yeah. So just
Yeah.
know that coming back it's going to be a little bit of an incline.
Looks like they're building some new cabins up the top of the ridge. That'll be nice. They do have benches here if you need them. If you need to stop, get you a little rest break in or have a snack.
Suggest that you wear lace-up shoes.
They do. Closed toe. You have to have closed-toe shoes in the cave, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
That's good to know.
Yeah. How far down? Ooh.
400 feet, yeah.
Limestone geology.
There you go.
Called karst.
History.
Longest known cave in the world. It's the most famous part of the underground realm. Ooh, the underground realm. That sounds serious.
Yeah.
Look at this Mississippian Sea 350 million years ago.
Wow. Oh, this was all underwater.
That's wild.
Yeah.
And we have a shark.
It says he was underwater.
It's not that much further.
Yeah. So actually the hill wasn't that bad. Do you think?
Huh?
The hill's not that bad.
Going down now.
Looks like we're almost there. It's exciting.
I could get it full up. Alright, self-guided tour. Gotta have your tickets pulled up.
Come on down, come on down.
Could you tell me about the complete
Oh, the temperature. Yeah, it's so cold right now. Yeah.
Okay, to take a picture of the entrance. We don't want to get you in there. But once you get in there, take pictures galore, but no flash, no flash, no selfie sticks, no tripods, monopods, quad pods, no weapons. Safety first. Watch your head and step. Stay on the trail at all times. Do not carry your kids on your shoulder or your back. I don't care how big the cave is. That's bad. I've seen some bad stuff with that. I've seen kids come out of the cave with mountain chains across their forehead.
Oh no.
All right, don't do it. You shouldn't have a carrying device for a kid on your back. Okay? No flash with the camera. I think I've already said that. Take care of the cave. Don't touch, leave, chaw, dip, snuff, right. Leave anything. Do not eat or drink. Water's fine, all right? We like bats, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. No. Have you ever been bitten by a bat? No. We think batsy.
I got checked in with our tickets online on our phone.
You go
Yeah.
down this way and you come back this way.
Yeah. So we're heading down into the cave. The temperature change is really drastic. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah,
But yeah.
the difference.
So we're gonna walk out this way and come back this way. They want you to clean your shoes.
I'm glad we got our jackets.
This is cool. Coming into the cave. So cool. Come into the cave. It's pretty awesome.
Look at all that rock formation, the limestone. Yeah, all that limestone.
So we've come off, we're on kind of inside the cave now.
It's gonna be colder and breezy.
It is so cold.
Breezy and cold.
So cool. We are inside Mammoth Cave.
They do have some lights for us, but definitely watch your head. Take your time, watch your footing. Definitely a lot colder the further you go, and a little breezier too. So, do you need to duck a little bit if you're tall? Overlap, some are on top of the other.
As far as the cave?
The cave.
The layers?
The tunnels.
So this is all the limestone they were talking about that goes all the way down?
Yeah.
And this is the longest cave in the entire world.
Yeah, world, not
World.
just the United States.
Insane. Just some good information. Mel accidentally touched the ceiling and was told no touching of the cave.
No touching of the cave is right. No touching anything. Ceiling, the only thing you can touch is this railing right here. You do need to be aware of the head passage, so if you are tall, if you're over 6 foot, there's some areas where you might bump your head going in.
Got some water coming in here.
There is some water coming in. Oop, right beside you. Yeah. Definitely dripping on in. Definitely coming down into an opening.
This is so cool.
Here's a memorial
The fallen comrades
of Kentucky and the American dead of the World War. It's the Great War Monument. Veteran
on it. Veterans group set an American Legion Monument, American War Mothers Monument at this spot in the 1920s to commemorate the dead of the World War I, a war whose violence, brutality, and carnage stunned the world. People called the war the Great War, or the War to End Wars, hoping there would never be another one like it.
Let's see what's over here.
I wish I knew what this was like.
Well, there's gotta be. Oh, it's over there. We'll walk over there and see. And on this side too. Yeah.
So we came off our smooth pathway over here, and now it's a little bit more rocky. Not bad. Heading up a hill.
Yeah. George Washington came down here. Was it Thomas Jefferson came down here? They used
They're working on
to
their own gunpowder
making their own gunpowder down here, hidden underneath the ground,
and used slaves, about 70 slaves it said, to bring that here.
to haul it in and out.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
unfortunately. So it says earthquakes, rockfall in Mammoth Cave. About 5 minutes before the shock, the heavy rumbling noise was heard coming out of the cave like a mighty wind. That when they ceased, the rocks cracked and all appeared to be going in a moment of final destruction. However, no one was injured, although the largest rock fell in some parts of the cave. Miners didn't identify which rocks fell during the New Madrid earthquakes of 1811 and 12, so their locations remain a mystery to this day. So there's miners that were buried down here? Or no, they said no one got hurt.
yeah.
Since then, no one has reported feeling any earthquakes in the cave. Well, that's good.
Yeah, that's
Although
important.
many
There's
have
many people
felt-
visiting.
Many earthquakes have been felt on the surface. The 3 rocks in front of you fell during a 5.0 magnitude earthquake on June 10, 1987, near Lawrenceville, Illinois, in the Wabash Valley seismic zone, 55 miles north of Evansville, Indiana.
And what rocks are those?
It says 3 rocks in front of us, right here.
Right here. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
There you go. I was
So I
expecting
guess
boulders.
they fell out of here from the earthquake.
Yeah, must have been up there. All right, we're gonna keep on going. I love the big wide opening
Yeah.
to walk through, so you don't feel claustrophobic. But there is areas, if you took a guided tour, that you
Yeah.
can crawl.
can
You have to
crawl,
crawl through
yeah.
on your belly or squat down and climb through. So didn't want to take a risk getting stuck anywhere. Oh, here's an area that is blocked off, and it does
Yeah.
have a warning saying that the alarm will sound. But we are allowed to go that way.
Probably rangers would take you this way
Yeah.
to go into like
Or it's
tighter
just
spaces.
a safety hazard where they don't want anybody going down there.
True.
But yeah, I think to know there was a pathway.
Yeah, there is a
There's
pathway.
yeah, but it's very dark down there, so
Yeah.
they don't want you self-exploring. It is crazy how far this stuff goes back. It's just it's
amazing.
magnificent.
It is magnificent.
It is.
people from the late Archaic and early Woodland Indian periods,
Approximately
3000
CE.
BCE to 1000 CE, were using gourds for food as well as containers for minerals taken from the cave.
That's super cool.
Well, these artifacts
Super old.
provide us with context for what the prehistoric people were doing inside the cave. They also show us that the agriculture was an important component of their way of life. This
Right.
is a reproduction.
Oh, those are shoes or slippers.
Textiles. Prehistoric people in Mammoth Cave Mammoth Cave area made textiles using strong fibrous leaves of a plant called rattlesnake master. Miss Joan Miller studied ancient pieces of discarded footwear, and without a loom, she replicated the prehistoric footwear, recovering the cave's. What does it say?
20.
She
The cave
replicated
using
the
a process calling twining.
Yeah, recovered the cave using a process called twining.
Go Joan Miller.
Yeah. Mussel shells found down here. All other reason for. I can't really read it.
Yeah,
It's
the
so
minerals
dark.
are unknown. Possible uses include trade medicine, preservatives, or culture ceremonies.
Cultural ceremonies. Yeah. That's weird if you see mussels.
I mean, think at one
Mussel
time
shells.
all this was underwater.
Yeah,
So.
it's crazy.
All right, let's move on to the next one. Which is scoochie a little. There you go.
All right, here we have torches.
Cavers used torches made of plant stems to explore the mine minerals up to 3 miles from the cave entrance. River cane and false foxglove
yeah.
were the plants most commonly used. The cavers overcame obstacles like pits, high canyons, ledges, and crawlways.
Canyon ledges and crawlways. Yeah.
Yep.
Torch bundles were typically about 3 feet long, a few inches in diameter, and bound with strips of bark. A bundle could burn 45 minutes and shed low light within 30-foot radius.
Wow, that's
good.
amazing. We're off the smooth pathway, so it's just more the natural walkway, and it is a little uneven. So you definitely need to be careful coming past this part. So yeah, just make sure you pay attention where you're going, and go slow, and you'll be fine.
The sound of dripping water in the dark reminds us that Mammoth Cave is connected to the outside world. Water enters the cave through collapsed areas and underground streams fed by sinking surface streams and sinkholes.
Here's the northern cave fish right here.
Yeah, the underground streams of Mammoth Cave contain great number of life forms.
And that's
adapted
the
to dark.
Kentucky cave shrimp right here.
Fish, crawfish, and a species of freshwater shrimp are the largest of the eyeless and colorless animals.
Eyeless, you're right. There are no eyes on that
The
bad boy.
protection of these rare animals
Or
in their
here.
mysterious world depends on the wise and considered use over the land.
Alright, so when we entered in the self-guided tour cave, we came straight or went to the right and didn't go left. And we've made it to the end. So I just want to take a look at down there. I'm going to go down here and look at the little sign, see what it says. But you can only go so far. And then we're waiting in line to see a bunch of rocks, and then we'll come back, heading back out, and then take the tunnel to the left. So we'll see what happens over there. So that was Lookout Mountain right there. Yeah.
The end of the cave's patches. So this is the end of the cave passage.
End of the cave. Lookout Mountain. And nope, no more lookout.
Passageway collapse.
No more
That's why it
lookout.
looks like that.
Passageway
It did
collapse.
collapse.
Yep. We're headed back to that split, and we're gonna take the split to the left. I think it's just kind of a cool shot. So I don't know if you can see those little 2 knots,
Oh, those are all bats?
but those are some bats up in there. There's 2 little notches right there.
1, 2. You can see the edges of them.
Yeah, there's definitely 2 bats up there for sure. We made it back. If you go this way, it takes you back outside. And then there's the passageway if you would have taken it left in the beginning, but we didn't, so we're gonna go around and see what's that way. We've already been, we spin around slowly. We've already been down that way to the end where they grew the mushrooms, so yeah. Let's see what's out this way.
This is so amazing.
Yeah, what a great shot. Here's some of the,
I'd say the water.
yeah, the tunnel, the logs that they hollowed out.
Poplar tulips.
It goes all the way up back in there where we just came from there. So
It's amazing. Poplar tulips. This used to run the water down through here.
just some more.
Look at the rock. rock. Like this is like rock you'd sit on.
A rock on top of rock.
In a river or something, and it's just massive limestone.
Yeah.
See it all the way up here? Like
I know,
shapes
it's
and
different
sizes,
colors,
every
yeah.
color.
Different layers. All the different layers, all the detail.
Looks like this one kind of caved in too over here.
Alright, this is the farthest you can make it when you veer off to the left. But obviously the cave continues on, but with a self-guided tour you're unable to go any further.
So the ranger was just saying that, of course, this being the longest cave in the world, that the water formed all of this.
Oh wow.
And then once the water pulled out and was gone, there was nothing left to destabilize the cave area.
Wow. So no, this is all made from water, not man-made, all
Just
from the
water.
flow of water underground has created this
So amazing.
enormous
Okay.
cave. Super neat. I would recommend anybody coming out here. It's cool to experience, and you can do guided tours. There's a lot of other ones that are more intense. We chose the self-guided, less crowded, not less restrictive, I guess.
Yeah.
Not less crowded.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people here, very
Your own
busy,
pace, which is nice too.
and you go your own pace, so you don't have to keep up with a group. So yeah, that's kind of nice. It was how much a person?
I think 30.
30 a
30
person
total.
for adult. Oh, 30 total,
Yeah.
so 15 each.
Super cool.
Do definitely recommend going online and booking ahead of
Yeah,
time.
They say to get it early.
That, especially during busy season, it does book up fast. We're head on back. Work our way back to the main entrance.
We're heading out of the cave.
Yeah, we are.
It's been a lot of fun. Let's go check out the rest of the park.
It was nice.
It was
We'll
very
check out
cool.
the campgrounds and
Yeah.
we'll check out a couple of things. We'll look at the map.
Leaving the cave, gonna go do the stairs. So I would say probably physically, just the stairs, maybe a few hills. Really not that bad. Yeah, it's not that bad.
That's a nice little sound. Very calming. After
you
hitting
see
those
it?
steep stairs.
Can you see the water over there?
Yeah. It's very warm out here after being down in the cave.
Huge temperature change.
Yes. Big difference. All right, well, I would definitely recommend anybody doing that. That was great. Self-guided tour, $15 per adult. Get your times, book it online, and enjoy Mammoth Cave.
Out of the cave now.
Yes, we
It
made
is
it.
warm again,
Yes, it is.
and
I'm taking
you
my
have
jacket
to wipe your feet.
off. Up here, because you're looking for the white noise syndrome.
Yeah.
All right.
This washes your feet, keeps any kind of disease out.
Let's go over to the side here, and we'll take
Yeah.
this coat off.
What a beautiful day. To show where we were. It's a Carmichael entrance. That's a different area.
Yeah. Historic entrance, that's where we came in at.
They went through here. Cool. After you finish the climb, we're going to check out the lodge. It's got some construction going on.
But there's the cafe, the Green River Grill for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and a Starbucks.
Looks like a gift shop. So, the Mammoth Cave Hotel's this way. We're going to head in, check things out. Ooh. You got the Green River Grill and Bar to the right. It's open from 11 to 3.
Yep.
Dinner's 4 to 7. Appetizers, fried green tomatoes, pesto, Wisconsin cheese curds, and fried mushrooms from the
Basically
Mushroom
got,
Cave.
basically got lunch and dinner options.
Yeah. Basically your typical southern
Mammoth
fare.
burger, Kentucky burger. Oh, we got a spicy black bean burger for vegetarians. That's,
Oh, that's
nice.
good.
It's the Mammoth Cave Stagecoach. National Park Association. It says do not touch, but if you want to help protect, hit that barcode or the QR scan and donate to help. They did the U.S. mail with this. Super cool. It says remember the journey. Stagecoach was a vital part of the travel of the early Mammoth Cave visitors in the 1800s. That is a pretty nice stagecoach.
Got a nice gift shop. Kind of your typical things, your jellies, your shirts,
Yeah.
souvenirs. Oh, and who doesn't need a bat? Might have to take one home to Bailey.
Here's an interesting fact. Mammoth Cave is 54 degrees year-round. There you go.
So we bought Bailey a little present, and we got 15% off at Starbucks for shopping at the gift shop.
So here we're gonna get
So here we go. Got us a little drink, and we're gonna head back to the visitor center.
Check it out.
Cave's kind of in between the two.
Yeah.
Well, you're waiting for your cave tour. A lot of people kind of stay in the shelter. Right here, there's a seated area, so it's nice. It's covered. Keep you out of the sun. Here's where we were earlier.
It is exactly where we were.
Yeah, it's a historic entrance.
Here's the Mammoth Dome.
It's just amazing.
Yeah.
Incredible.
The New York subway.
Oh. Oh, I love that. It is busy.
Yep.
Holy cow. So in the visitor center they have information about the tours, which ones are sold out. They're lined, have a line through them. Looks like everything's pretty much sold out other than the Cleveland Avenue one.
Definitely book ahead of time.
Flat hat chat at 3:45. That's fun. And they give you the weather forecast, which is nice. Now he's got our passport book out.
So
Each one's out by a geographical region.
it's by color coded. So then you just thumb through here and find your color, and then you know the right region.
And watch your stamp.
Yeah.
So in the store, you'll see
It's in the store,
Sure.
Yep. Notice that one say that's the junior ranger. I guess I'm not
Don't
a
want
junior.
that one.
Darn it, not a junior. It's got today's date on it. Let's just double check.
Perfect.
Yep. So, and I will put it right here.
Very nice.
Mammoth Cave. Whoop, whoop. March 29th. That's my sister's birthday.
Their bat stamp.
It's a bat stamp. Yes. It's so appropriate.
I love it.
All right.
Now you know there's a bat stamp.
You know that this is our first day in here, so this is
Oh, is it?
helpful. Yeah, so that
Boom. Bat
Where were y'all
stamp.
before?
you sent it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Getting out of this crazy visitor center. Woo.
Oh, it's Mammoth Cave Hotel over there. We're walking.
Yeah,
out
we
the
were there.
Bridge is temporary
Tour
closed.
descriptions.
Yeah.
We have an accessible tour too, utilizing an elevator, which is wonderful. So everybody can partake in this park. Let's go check out. It is super busy here. Like, did not expect that.
So Stephen here, he laid the
1867, Stephen.
yeah. He
To
laid the
1930.
foundation of the National Park Services, defining and establishing the policies under
Under which its areas
Areas.
shall be developed and conserved, unimpaired,
for the
For
future,
future
generations.
generations.
There will never come.
An
Jeez, I
end.
can't read.
to the good that he has done. Well, we like goodness.
Appreciate it, Stephen.
Hard to read the sign,
buddy.
but we made it. Let's go get some lunch.
Yeah, these are the woodland cottages right here by the visitor center.
These are just some of the
Some of the many housing or lodging that you can
Options.
options that you have here at the park. But those are
they're very rustic.
very rustic, I would say. Yeah.
Yeah, they do look like they have air condition, so that's good, and heating.
You're right.
This kind of reminds me of Dirty Dancing. Do you get that
I
vibe?
totally get that
Yeah.
vibe.
Like, she went to go see Robbie.
Totally seems like that. But
These are
yeah.
very Dirty Dancing kind of vibe.
Very close to the visitor center, which is cool.
I'd like to know how long these little cottages have been here. So the visitor center, of course, is where you're coming to go to the cave. Of course, there's other caves here, but the main cave. The picnic area that's behind the cottages. See if we can find us a table.
Yeah. Let's see what we got.
Back cottages. Definitely have heating and air, so that's good. It's got a little picnic area over beside the visitor center in the woodland cottages.
Yeah.
We're gonna get us a table and just have a little lunch. The place to have a picnic. Nice quiet little spot. It does have a barbecue, a little rustic grill there with charcoal. We are anti-charcoal people. Takes too long.
It does.
It just takes too long. Very nice.
I
The
love
wind.
the trees swaying over there.
Yeah, it's just really
I mean,
peaceful.
yeah.
It's been a great day to explore a national park.
Starting to get a little warm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what are you learning here, Millie?
So I do know that once you enter into the park at the beginning, it's 7 miles to the visitor center from the way we came in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it is from the two major cities, if you're looking for a city as a marker.
Right. So from Nashville, you said
It's 85 miles
85
equally.
yeah, 85 miles if you're coming from Nashville, and it's 85 miles if you're coming from Louisville, Kentucky.
Yeah,
So kind of smack dab in the middle in between
it
the
is.
two
Yeah.
cities.
It's
But
a
yeah.
big national park though.
Yes, but they do have wheelchair accessible. They do have backcountry campsites. They have picnic areas, boat launches, canoe launches. They do have horse biking and hiking trails. They have a lot to offer in this park. So
That's great. You know, it's much larger than I realized, and you can do more. You know, some of the national parks are very small, but
there is a ferry, but apparently it's closed now.
Oh,
right
is it?
now. Yeah.
I thought it was just closed to semis or to campers.
Oh.
We should check that out.
What is that? I'm reading it upside down. Denison Ferry.
Yeah. So where are we right now?
We're at the visitor center. We're
Okay.
here.
The cave, main cave is right here.
Yeah.
But you can see there's just like, it's like camping, it's
They
biking,
said
it's
Frozen
canoeing.
Niagara is a very short.
Right.
Was it forced?
19 steps, I think. Is that what we read?
I thought it was 4 steps.
Oh,
Or you
okay.
can take the scenic route and it was like 96 steps or
Right, right,
something.
right. Additional steps.
Yeah, additional step, optional steps.
Optional steps.
Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, there's
But
a lot of.
there's biking, canoeing, there's fishing. There's a lot to do. You could camp here. You could stay in one of the
Right.
cabins. So yeah.
Yeah, hike, bike, ride horses, canoe. Oh, there's a Green River Ferry.
Oh, okay.
That's it.
Maybe that's the one we saw coming in.
Right.
Yeah. But each one will tell you like wheelchair chair accessibility, parking, if there's picnicking.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
there's
that's cool.
I can see where the river goes right through the middle of the park, so it'd be kind of cool to be able to canoe all the way through
That'd
that.
be super cool.
Yeah, I want to come back and do
Kayak,
that.
yeah.
To know it's so close now, we can definitely come back through and do that.
For sure.
That'd be a great,
Cool thing to do.
peaceful
Nice.
little ride down the river.
Mel's gonna get out the jet boil.
I am.
We love to use the jet boil when we're out, like if we're out exploring.
Quick and easy.
Yeah, or we're like had been on a trail all day, don't want to stop, or there's no place to get food, and we didn't pack a lunch.
Whoa, slippery
The jet
sucker.
boil is a really
Whoa.
good option for that.
Yeah.
You can do lunch, desserts,
Just,
soups. It's pretty cool.
Yes. You're just gotta pull all the extra stuff out. You can actually make coffee with this. There's plenty of different options.
We've never done that though, right?
No. That's why it's still in the plastic.
Ah.
Pull that out, screw it onto your little propane tank. Does make a little noise, but that is normal. There's a little pod to set it on, so
Landing strip.
yeah, so it doesn't tip over.
A little pod.
Yeah, let me just snap it in there. Hold on.
I love our jet boil.
That way it makes it a little more sturdy. Actually sets on and locks in place. And
Yeah,
there
there
we
you
go. There we go. Yeah.
So these are the freeze-dried things that we make. This one actually takes cold water.
Yeah, this is pretty good. It just takes a 3/4
don't
cup
need the jet
of
boil
cold
for that.
water and stir briskly for 90 seconds and then seal pouch, wait for 10 minutes. So yeah, this one
It's
we
gluten-free.
do not need to
Yeah.
use the jet boil for.
So we added our water in for the this one, which calls for a
12 ounces.
Yeah, 12 ounces of water.
Alright.
And it does have a salsa packet in here, so we need to take that out.
Alright, so let's get this boiling. Okay, turn this on. There it goes.
Got it?
Yep. And then you watch that
lid
to turn red. Yeah, put the lid on.
Doesn't take long at all.
Yep.
This is just an easy way to cook. If you're hiking, camping, don't want to mess with meals, get you some freeze-dried
Well,
food. And a lot of them are very good, so
Less space you have to take up in
Yeah.
the cooler or anywhere else.
you don't have to stress about your meal.
That's what it looks like inside.
Freeze-dried inside.
Yep.
So it turns red, let you know it's time. Very
and
cool.
Then
Took
you have
maybe
the
what,
handle.
a minute and a half, two?
You got the handle. And then it's got a pour spout for
Add the water in.
Yeah, it's hot.
Woo! Do we put the seasonings in? All right, we'll let that sit. The trees. So pretty. It is a perfect Saturday. Picnicking is amazing. Adventures are amazing.
Out in the park.
The outdoors are amazing. Get out of your house. Move.
Enjoy life.
See things. See the national parks. This isn't preaching. It's just a good positive
Stating-
message
stating
stating
the
the facts that it's amazing out here. Got some spicy
bean
beans
and rice.
Looks delicious. And it is delicious. We've had this one before. It's very good. All right, we put our little brulee out of our package in here.
Yep.
Looks very nice. Little camping, picnicking
Yep.
creme brulee.
It's a little more on the runny side because a little extra water.
Don't put too much water in it, but it's okay.
But it's gonna taste delicious.
It will.
Yes, it will.
This has been a perfect picnic.
Yes. Starting to get a little warm, so it's time to move on.
Let's go explore the park a little more.
Now back over there is the bathrooms, which is nice.
So just know if you're coming for a picnic, they do have a bathroom area.
Yep. Picnic area and bathroom area, so you can
Lots of
clean up.
trails.
There is a lot of trails.
Yeah.
This is the Green River Bluff Trail.
Yep. Scenic Overlook, 0.6 miles. Dixon Cave Trail, 0.9.
The Environmental Education Building.
I assume there are things
Yeah.
you learn in there.
And there's a little pavilion over there that's covered.
You can make a day trip national park out of this, but I also think that if you spend a couple more days, you could definitely do a couple trails, hit a couple more of the cave tours. So yeah, pretty. But it's pretty here in the fall too. All these trees. So this is just kind of the loop of the picnic area. Even kind of the historic cave area and the visitor center, the cottages and
The
the
hotel, yeah.
hotel and the picnic area on this side.
This is where you'd go for the cave tours.
This is the cave tour at the visitor center. One of the caves anyway. So we're now in the campground. Do they have different campgrounds? Like was this
I'm
named
not sure.
something?
Here's
Okay.
the campsites,
Yeah, let's check out the
54 through
campsites.
90. C one way. It's a lot of
Yeah.
trees for shade.
Love that campfire smell. Just can't
Yeah.
beat it. Is it electric and water or just primitive?
It doesn't look like any water here. These are probably more for tent sites, but I didn't check the back ones. So you can do a camper, but there is no electric or water hookup.
Okay. So this is a primitive campground.
That one's got water there.
I camp out here.
Yeah.
The sites are not bad.
Yeah. They are a little, I like they are a little spaced out so they're not right on top of each other.
All right, over here we have the little Mammoth Cave old railroad car. Pretty fun to take the kiddos over there and look at that. Can't go on it. It's covered with a
Yeah, it is
surrounded by a
fenced
little
off, yeah.
fence. But
Yeah.
that's very cute. Takes you back in time. Is that like the little engine car, the Mammoth Cave? The
Well,
black,
thing
car?
is
You
the
think that's the
right.
engine?
You're right, it's the
Oh.
engine and then that's the car.
That's very cute.
Yeah.
You do have a little camp store as well, which is handy to have if you are out camping.
Yeah, sandwiches, salads, wraps, snacks, firewood, camping supplies.
So the Denison Ferry we're going to check out next.
Yeah, so
So this is the ferryway.
closed to all trailers and RVs.
Feels amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not, it's overcasted, a little bit, cloudy, so it's enjoyable.
Spring
pleasurable.
day. Yes. Ferry's taking off. Once a common method of crossing rivers, few ferries are still in use today. Of the original fleet, only one still serves in the park. The Green River Ferry began service in 1941, replacing an earlier ferry a half a mile upstream. And here it is in 1940. That's crazy. And there it is, still going. Going in the 30s.
Super cool. Cars are waiting. There it goes.
This ferry's been going since about 1941. It was a different ferry before 1941, but it just goes back and forth all day. It takes 2 at max capacity, and there's cable cords on each side, the right and the left, that bring it on in. Pretty cool. And that's the ferry. They do canoe launching here, and of course the ferry's here. Sinkhole Trail straight ahead, and the Two Springs Trail. All the trails are pretty much short. Trail maps, I do like that tells you the length, type of surface,
Yep.
and your grade and your slope. So it's
Yeah.
minimal for sure. But that's nice to have on your trail heading. Give you an idea what you're dealing with. The great labyrinth of Mammoth Cave is the work of water traveling and eroding along a dark and unseen journey of miles from the Sinkhole Plain to the south. That journey ends along this trail as the waters of the Echo River emerge again into the sunlight at Echo River Spring to join the Green River and continue their endless travel. Mel made a good point that the Green River should be called the Brown River.
Yeah. Look over here, you can see the canoe.
Yeah, you want to check it out?
Yep, here is your canoe and kayak launch into the Green River. AKA Muddy Brown, but yes, the Green River.
Also, need a bathroom at the ferry? Got you one.
That's right.
And it's a porta potty.
Yes, it is.
Enjoy. All right, we're just gonna see what else we can, find in the park on our little day trip to Mammoth Cave National Park. We'll be back. And just like that,
We forgot.
to say goodbye.
That's right.
Goodbye, Mammoth Cave.
See you next time.
We're enjoying this lovely ride out through farmland.
Yes, it
It's
is.
beautiful. It was a great day.
It was a great
I would
day.
definitely go back. It was not a one and done for me. It was something that you
No.
could definitely explore a little
Yeah,
bit more. We are off to our next adventure.
Adventure, yes.
Me and you. See you later.